Hey, 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 Muggo Day. Boy, it's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks, because I did not stream. This is louder than it should be. Let's make it quieter than it should be. I don't need to be talking as loud over the music. There we go. It has been 2 weeks since I last streamed. I had that Saturday. I had some things to take care of that Saturday. The things that I intended to take care of did not, in fact, get taken care of, but that is neither here nor there. They will yet get taken care of. And then it was Holy Week, and I had a wonderful Holy Week. I had a Holy Week that really let me take a step back. This is the first time I think that I have given. I guess last year I was pretty engaged with Holy Week as well, but this Holy Week was the one where I was like well and truly engaged. Where there were not very moments that went by this Holy Week where I was not in some way, shape, or form trying to be focused on Christ, focused on his last week here on Earth. For the time being, of course. There's gonna be more Christ on Earth, and that's gonna be a time for sure. But yeah, it was nice to really make time for that, to consciously say, hey, this is something that I want to be observing. This is something I want to be engaging with. I want to make time for God in a way that I don't often do. And that's not to say that streaming is some drain on me, or streaming feels like it is not God time. It certainly is. It's just, it is something, I wanted to set that time apart, and it was a hello, welcome. Now why don't you have a sheep? How is it going, Jose? Is YouTube? Oh man. Let's just real quick. Hang on. There he is. There's your sheep. Good. Thank you for testing my stream avatars. Welcome. How is it going, Jose? I was just blabbering about Easter week, Holy Week last week, but now there is someone to blabber at. How are you doing, my friend? How is the hustle and bustle? How is the race you are running? There you go. Sleeping soon is good. Sleeping soon is fantastic. I'm doing quite well. I am rested and recharged, honestly, I'm rested and recharged in a manner I haven't been for a while. And that is despite the fact that I have several deadlines for things that I've been putting off coming up. New chat box indeed, Moondust, and also sheep. Hello, welcome. You are now a sheep. Everybody is a sheep. And if people want to change sheep things, I think I can just do this, and it should give us a link. No. Oh boy. Riding that euphoric wave, Jose. Love to hear it. Oh, good. There it is. Yeah, so if you click that link, you can change your sheep up, and you should also get like a little control panel that lets you do little fun things with your sheep. If that is something you are potentially interested in. Yeah. Fun stuff like that. So for example, I think I can do if I press this, for instance, I think it makes sheep go. Maybe not. Yeah, it makes sheep go jump. Yeah, just something to play around with. It is very on brand. So yeah, Stream Avatars is a library that lets you customize, lets you give everybody in stream like a little avatar to represent them. The one I landed on, the one I decided to do was sheep, because sheep are on brand. And if the character is If the character is Celestial Shepherd, then it makes sense that we've got a bunch of little Celestial sheep. Yeah. Very, very tired riding that euphoric wave. Well, you keep chasing that. You keep chasing that euphoria, my friend. You keep chasing that goal-driven happiness, that working towards something. That's a big part of it, is having that thing to work towards, having that thing to engage with. And I think you're well aware of that fact. But yeah, pushing on with that goal in sight, with a couple goals in sight actually, is always fantastic. Yes, indeedy do. But yeah, I took the time off on Holy Week to do a couple stream updates. We will see more of that as we progress through our streaming here. But today we are doing something different. I purchased this chat box as part of a set on VGen for, I believe, $7. Hang on, let me I can link the purchase I made. Let's credit the artist, why not? My orders. Ah, yes. It was $6, which was a steal, so I paid a little bit more than $6. Am I allowed to drop links in my own chat? I am allowed to drop links in my own chat. Yeah, so the chat box is part of that set. We will be using more elements from that set, as well as a bit of a different layout that I got for free from from a friend of mine wanting to practice our overlay skills, which is fantastic. But yeah, I took some of the time that I was off to do some streamery, do some stream construction, build some things, make it a more visually appealing experience, so to speak. Because I can't ever really truly stop working. That's kind of not how I function. Yeah, but we are doing something new. We are doing something new this stream, and I am a little... I don't want to say I am frightened. I want to say I am excited. I'm somewhere in there. I did enjoy my week off. How has everyone else been? I'm talking a lot about me, and granted, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm up here for. But how's everyone else? How was y'all's Easter weeks, if you celebrated, or just how have you been in general? I mean, I guess, Jose, you've already given me, you are euphoric, you are sleeping soon, and you are running towards that end. But yeah, I am doing something new this stream, and it's not super duper new, right? It is going through the Bible, but I didn't take any notes before today's stream. I decided that streaming time is going to be a little more freeform, a little less prep in advance, so that I can use that time to start making long-form content again. And yes, that is a bit of a promise. I do intend to start making, well, I guess short-form and long-form content on YouTube again. So what stream time is now is, hey, let's read the Bible, either probably focus around a character or a topic and see what pops out at us. And for this stream and maybe a couple after, we're going to be going through the story of Jacob. We're going to be seeing what pops out about Jacob for us. And again, I'm hoping I don't make a fool of myself as a shepherd. I don't think I will. I think we'll do fine. Trying to pull something together, but doing a bad job at actually doing it. I know that feeling. Moondust, I know that feeling. The interesting thing about that feeling is that it so often, at least for me, is that I am getting in my own way. I am the one that is keeping things from coming together. Yeah, I need to get some editing software as well. I need to step up my editing software game. I do not think, for the type of content that I intend to be making going forward, that Microsoft Clipchamp is going to continue to serve all of my needs. We shall see, of course, we shall see. But that's my gut feeling on the matter right now. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think it's time to show off new overlay number 1 and it is time for it's time for me to make the funny Nihon sounds. Okay, that's not... I don't want the ads. Make the ads go away. How do I make the ads go away? I guess if I zoom in... This was not tested. Yeah, DaVinci Resolve, that you are, you're speaking my language, Moondust. That gets the job done. Can we see the, if I have to scroll down a little more? Zoom out just a bit. Man, I thought I had this nailed down. Or was I pointed at the wrong monitor? Earlier. Well, we're doing a little, what can we... I guess we could... DaVinci Resolve, yeah, that's kind of sounding like what we're looking for, honestly. I thought I had... maybe we just deal with the ads. Maybe we just deal with the ads. Maybe the advertisements are part of this. Yeah. In fact, I think we're just gonna have to. Rather than, well... You know... I could just get... Pay no attention to the developer console behind the curtain. Goodbye. And... Goodbye. Ah, darn. One more container out, then. Here we go. I don't want anything over there. There we go. Now they're gone, and I think they're gone forever. Well, until I reload the page. But that's neither here nor there. It's time to make funny Nihongo sounds. It is time to learn my alphabet once again. Let's see if I have deteriorated over Holy Week, shall we? Over my time off. I hope not, but we shall see. But yeah, what do you, if you do not mind my asking, Moondust, what are you putting together? What is the rough shape of the project you are intending to create? All right. They added confetti? Hey. What? Foot. Me. Chi. Oh boy. G. M. Pyo. Nope. Bio. Come on. Cute. Hyo. Do. E. Ye. Ra. Tsu. Ke. Shit. Shit. What? Whoa. Okay, I've lost it. It's all over. Ha. Oh. This is zit. Idiot. This is da. Cha. Bia. Sho. Ko. A. Ma. Ji. Ka. Mi. Ba. Like a sheep. Cho. Yo. Yo. Like to make a video on it, but I want to make books with pictures in them, primarily manga. Oh, that's really cool. Yo. So like the idea is that YouTube is just kind of the YouTube videos you are making are, here is where I was at this point, here is where I was at this point. Yeah. And you know, just exactly, just chatting about it as you're going, as one does. You just doing the work, you know, with other people, in a manner of speaking. I like that a lot. Cool. How much effort do you think you're going to be putting into the editing of that? if it is, you know, if that is not if the video is not technically the end product, right? How much time do you think you're going to be putting into doing the editing of the eventual videos? No, come on. Jo, bo, se, na, ya, ko, pia, kya, yo, bu, no, pu, mya, ga, fu, bu, go, ibi, byo, mo, ryo, gi, pu, ya, nj, ibi, chiji, ne, gi, ki, gi, chi, ji, ja, cha, be, hyo, aha, ke, ge, chi, sha, hyu, bya, pyo, hyu, nyu, ri, ki, pi. Best version, you use a mix of IRL footage and some PNG tuber sprites. Will, is it a PNG tuber sprite I am potentially familiar with? Question mark. This is pop, me, ma. Will not show your face though. Nice. Okay. Wa, sha, ja, mu, pia, chi, myo, gyo, nya, like a cat, sa. Catch the star. Catch the star and you get points with which to do things like drop bombs. Mo. Ju, jo, jo. Te, de. Gu. Chin. Ta. Nye. Yes. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Wo. Hi. So. Ha. Ja. He. Se. I. Ryu. Ze. No, za. Okay, okay. Wo. Cho. Nya. If you type in exclamation point jump to the chat, the sheep might jump. That being said, I know YouTube chat delay is something awful, so good luck with that. Have fun. So, like, if I type... now I'm curious. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi... Okay, so like a 3-second delay. Up, star gone. Curses. There's always the next star. I think also... If you... that should populate a link in just a second. If you click that link, it should give you a little... a little interface. One of the modes on which is a control panel that has all the little commands you can do as your sheep. You can also change your sheep's appearance with that. I promise you, it's a safe link. I hope. I guess I didn't do full vetting here, but probably good enough. Good. Shit. M. Sho. Nyo. Te. N. Q. Ni. E. Ri. Te. Mi. Hya. Re. Mbu. And I think changes you make to your sheep should persist between all streams. So, okay. Sa. Shi. Nya. Nyo. Come on. Nu. Re. That's a ne. You use Naomi as the internal name. I love that. Fantastic. Z. Kyo. Su. Glad to be of service. Mi. Bi. Su. Kyo. y, he, ki, kya, jo, this is gya, kia, nya. Yeah, just give me all of those next to each other. Ka, so I don't actually have to learn them. Fantastic. J, ki, I, ni, pyo, gya, ho, so, ku, jo, ja. This is ro, nya, like a cat. Myo, a, ho, no, n, to, ze, f. Okay, you know what? I will take that. I will take that. We're doing okay. We are learning. Out of 189 characters, I only missed 7. How many letters of the alphabet would that be like missing? That would be like missing almost one whole letter of the alphabet. Oops. Forgot that those were my hotkeys. Be right back. I am back. Love me a spam call. Yes, I need to remember that my my numpad is my hotkeys for changing my me, changing myself. All right. So now it's time for the part I'm nervous, excited. Let's call it excited. Now it's time for the part that I am, yeah, we'll say excited. The part I'm a little afraid, I'll be honest. And I shouldn't be. But we shall, let's do what we shall do. We'll minimize that. Alright, so, what we are doing here is we are going to just be going through the narrative of Jacob's life as it is recorded in Genesis. Plain and simple. And we are just going to kind of walk through, read the text, see what pops out to me, see what pops out to anybody there. I'm likely going to be doing a lot of looking at the underlying Hebrew, digging up for potential meaning, definitely popping open pretty much all of those scriptural reference notes and seeing where they are potentially pointing. All that jazz. Just really digging in a manner where I am not pre-preparing anything. I've got myself some handy-dandy post-it notes if I think that something is important that I want to go back and reference, and unlike the last format, I'll be able to have those up on the stream so that y'all can see the things that are being referenced as well. Then, yeah, we're just gonna kind of go. I think I'm gonna do this block by block, so I'll basically read out a full chunk, reading it as, you know, the scripture it is, and then go through it more slowly, each sentence by sentence. Yeah. If it sounds like I don't have a plan, it's because I kind of don't have a plan, and that's also kind of the point. So, before we really kick any of this off, I'd like to say a word of prayer. So if you'd bow your heads with me. Heavenly Father, thank you for this time together on the modern miracle that is the internet. Thank you, Lord, for the ability to just press the go live button, pull up your text, and spend a good part of the evening just reading it, God, just seeing what pops out, what is there for us. Thank you, God, for the availability of this instruction manual for life in my native language, and thank you, Lord, for the ability to look at the underlying text, look at what the men who wrote this down throughout history, inspired by your spirit, the originality of their intent, what they were writing, God. It is just so fantastic to be out here making connections with people that, frankly, we may never have made before, God, and doing so by going through these things, this thing that is important to you, this word that you gave to us. There's nothing like it, God, and I'm just so grateful to be able to do that. God, I ask that as I'm going through this, that any insights that pop out are the insights that you want to pop out, God, that my words as I'm speaking them are your words, that there are meaningful lessons to be pulled out here as we look through a character study of Jacob, God, the man from which you would bring forth the nation of Israel, your chosen people throughout the entirety of your old covenant. Lord, I pray these things in your in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Alrighty, and we need to put our sheep. Rather, we need to put this behind our sheep, so that when the sheep walks in front of it, we don't lose the name. Little stream construction things, little things that pop out. All right, there we go. Okay, so we are just gonna read. So, if anybody is not familiar with Jacob, that's fine, because we're about to cover his story. So here we go. We are gonna start with the birth of Jacob. We are gonna start with Jacob's sons. Jacob's sons. Isaac's sons. My goodness. Isaac's sons. The birth of Isaac's sons. Isaac, son of Abraham. Without further ado, this is the word of the Lord. Now these are the records of the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham became the father of Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah, the daughter of Bethuel the Aramean of Padan Aram, the sister of Laban the Aramean, to be his wife. Isaac prayed to the Lord on behalf of his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord answered him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. But the children struggled together within her, and she said, "If it is so, why then am I this way?" So she went to inquire of the Lord. The Lord said to her, "2 nations are in your womb, and 2 peoples will be separated from your body. And one people shall be stronger than the other, and the older shall serve the younger." When her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. Now the first came forth red, all over like a hairy garment, and they named him Esau. Afterwards his brother came forth with his hand holding on to Esau's heel, so his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 60 years old when she gave birth to them. When the boys grew up, Esau became a skillful hunter, a man of the field, but Jacob was a peaceful man, living in tents. Now Isaac loved Esau, because he had a taste for game, but Rebekah loved Jacob. When Jacob had cooked stew, Esau came in from the field, and he was famished. And Esau said to Jacob, "Please let me have a swallow of that red stuff there, for I am famished." Therefore his name was called Edom. But Jacob said, "First sell me your birthright." Esau said, "Behold, I am about to die, so of what use then is the birthright to me?" And Jacob said, "First swear to me." So he swore to him, and sold his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and lentil stew, and he ate and drank, and rose and went on his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So, as I think I'm going to be saying a lot as we go through this, we know this story. We know what's going on here. We've heard this one before. This is the birth of Jacob and Esau. This is the narrative in which Esau, as the firstborn, loses his birthright to Jacob. But we're gonna dig into this a little bit more. We're going to see what we see what pops out, and we're gonna do that in the only way that I really know how, by going verse by verse, and just seeing what we can see. All right. So, now these are the records of the generations. What do we got for generations? Okay, so this is a reference to Matthew 1:2. That's going to be the genealogy of Jesus Christ, so we're just doing a front link there. I do not feel particularly compelled to follow that one. We will be following scriptural rabbit holes as we go through this, because that, I think, is the best way to learn. I think it was Spurgeon who says that the scripture is full of locks and keys, but all of the keys to unlock scripture locks are found within scripture itself. So we will be going down rabbit holes. We will be diverting away and swinging back to the verses we were in, but not this time. We don't need to hop to Matthew's genealogy. We're covering it right now. So, Abraham's son. Abraham became the father of Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah, the daughter of Bethuel the Aramean of Padaram, the sister of Laban the Aramean, to be his wife. Okay, so the literal for became the father of Isaac is begot, so that is the point at which Abraham's wife Sarah conceived Isaac, right? And Isaac was 40 years old, so we have an age on Isaac here. So Isaac was 40 when he took Rebekah to be his wife. Rebekah is the daughter of Bethuel, and I believe that Bethuel is sister of Laban the Aramean to be his wife. Okay, I'm gonna try and let's get our let's get our family tree straight while we are here. So Rebekah is the daughter of Bethuel. And if we hop to Genesis 22:33, okay, here we go. Here's a genealogy. Now, it came about all these things, it was told to Abraham, saying, Behold, Milcah has also borne children to your brother Nahor. Okay, so Abraham is the father of where are my notes? Where is my? We're doing genealogies. Let's get this right. So Abraham, right, is the father of Isaac. Abraham is the father of Isaac. But Abraham's brother is Nahor. Or Nahor? And then, let's see if that actually displays how I want that to display. Yeah, so Abraham's father of Isaac. Abraham's brother Nahor is the Hamuel, father of Balaam, Chesed, and Hazo, and Pildash, and Jilpah, and Bethuel. Yes, so Nahor is the father of Bethuel. Okay. Got it. So we have... gotta save my notes document if we're gonna populate things through here. So, Abraham is the father of Isaac. Abraham's brother Nahor is the father of Bethuel. And then Rebekah is the daughter of Bethuel. And she is the sister of Laban. Okay, so Rebekah is Laban's sister, which would make Laban's father. Okay, so Laban is Abraham's nephew, which would make Laban and Isaac, and Laban and Rebekah, by extension, cousins. Okay, cool. Got our family tree sorted out. We'll see if that plays in later, but just want to have those nailed down. Right, so Abraham is the father of Isaac. Abraham's brother is the father of Bethuel. And then, okay, so Bethuel's daughter. So Isaac is a first cousin once removed of Rebekah. Okay. Good. Got there. Again, not certain it's going to be relevant, but I'm kind of just digging into details here. Daughter of Bethuel, the Aramean of Padan Aram. And Padan Aram is where Abraham and his family were settled before God had them move into the Promised Land. So Abraham was in Ur of the Chaldeans. Abraham was in, effectively, what would go on to become Babylon. And he moved out to Padan Aram until his father Haran died, and that is where that is where Laban, who will factor into the story later, that is where he lives at this point in time. Fantastic. Okay. When I said I was going into detail, I meant I was going into detail. I don't want to miss anything. And, of course, I'm going to miss some things. And what is the note on Aramean here? Syrians. Okay, cool. That's some good geography. Isaac prayed to the... Okay, so... sister of Laban the Aramean to be his wife. Isaac prayed to the Lord on behalf of his wife because she was barren, and the Lord answered him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. Okay, so we see a pattern of barren wives, I think, throughout pretty much the entirety of the line of the patriarchs, right? We see it with Abraham, we see it with Abraham and Sarah. Sarah is barren, and Isaac is the result of Sarah giving birth to... Abraham was 100 when Isaac was born, and I believe Sarah was 80. So we saw that here, and now we are seeing it again with Rebekah. Rebekah is barren, and Isaac prays to the Lord on behalf of Rebekah, and the Lord answers him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. So What are we seeing for notes? Okay, yep, so this is all of the... This is references to that fact. This is references to that barrenness. Barrenness is absolutely a theme that is going to kind of continue on throughout Scripture. It is this idea that even for producing... I think, or one of the takes on this is that even for something as natural, something as honestly commanded to us as bearing children, there is a reliance that needs to come from God. Childbearing, life-giving, life-creating is something that ultimately, right, happens with God's blessing. Children are a blessing, absolutely, but sometimes there is a dependence necessary on God to receive that blessing. So Isaac prays on to the Lord on behalf of his wife because she was barren, and the Lord answered him. What interesting. So the answer was entreated of him. So this is that concept of God as a king. This is that concept of God as someone who we entreat, we ask for blessings. We go to him in supplication, and he entreats us. He hears our requests and answers. And I like answered more as a translation there, but I appreciate my footnotes. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. All right, what does Paul have to say about this? Now I'm curious. Because they are Abraham's descendants, through Isaac your descendants will be named. That is not the children of the flesh who are children of God, but children of the promise are regarded as descendants. For this is the word of promise. At this time I will come, and Sarah shall have a son. Not only this, but there was Rebekah also, when she conceived twins by one man, our father Isaac. For though the twins were not yet born and had not done anything good or bad, so that God's purpose according to his choice would stand, not because of works, because of him who calls, it was said to her, the older will serve the younger. Okay, so Paul is also picking up on this theme of barrenness, this established theme of barrenness, and seems to be making a point about human lives, about the human experience, the good and the bad, being used for God's purposes. Okay, all good, but the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it is so, why then am I this way? So she went to inquire of the Lord. Okay, so we have Rebekah is, if it is, the children struggle within her, and she said, if it is so, why then am I this way? If what is so, Rebekah? Does the Hebrew give any hints here? If it being so, being the inquiry that the fact that Isaac prayed to God for her to cease being barren, like if this is of the Lord, why are they struggling within her? Mistreat, oppress, shatter. And she said, if it is so, why then am I this way? Okay, I want to see, how does ESV translate this? If it is thus, why is this happening to me? Okay, let's check out KJV, because why not? If it be so, why am I thus? Okay, so... Alright, you know what? Let's see what ASV has to say here. No, go away. If it be so, wherefore do I live? Okay. I am doing nothing more than confusing the matter further. So I think what is happening here is she is referring to the fact that Isaac prayed to the Lord for her, and the prayer was answered, but in a way that has her worried, right? She has twins struggling within her, and not just struggling. We've got struggling here. Mistreat, oppress, shatter, smash, smite, strike down. Like there appears to be a brawl occurring in the womb of Rebekah between these kids, which is that's awesome. I mean, it wouldn't be awesome to be Rebekah. Let me be very, very clear. But yeah, this is like where else is this used? Crush, bruise. Oh my goodness. Oh, do I not have that? Strong's where I want it to be. Let's see. Let's find another place this is used. He will not be disheartened or crushed until he has established justice on the earth. Isaiah, they said, you have not defrauded or oppressed us or taken anything from any man's hand. Samuel, a bruised reed he will not break, a dimly burning wick he will not extinguish, he will faithfully bring forth just... Yeah, so this is not just struggling. This is the kind of crushing, this is the kind of striking, this is the kind of oppression where language is elsewhere used for... I kind of want to write that down. I think that is a good note. The struggles of Jacob and Esau in the womb were violent. Yes. Fantastic. Two nations are... Okay. Makes sense. Okay, so Rebecca has conceived. Isaac has prayed to God for his barren wife to conceive, and conceive she has. But what she is dealing with is twins that are struggling in her womb to a point where the biblical language used is the language when nations are fighting each other. So she goes, if it is so, why then am I this way? If this is the blessing from God, why is it like this? And Rebecca does something that I think a lot of us can learn from. When she has something going on in her life that she is not expecting, that she is... that is frightening her, that is worrying her, she goes to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord, he answers. He says, 2 nations are in your womb, and 2 peoples will be separated from your body. And 1 people shall be stronger than the other, and the older shall serve the younger. So, something to note here. Yeah, so the text notes that she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord says to her, so Isaac does not seem to be, at least on a surface reading here, Isaac does not seem to be privy to this information that is being presented. So Rebecca has received this prophecy, prophecy is the best way of putting it, this promise, this assurance from God. And it is not something that, at least as far as we know, Isaac has heard about. So that's something to note, right? Actually, I want to note that down. Did Isaac know what God said about his sons? Coolio, does that fit? Nope. Let's just go boop. Yes. Fantastic. Got it. So we aren't sure if Isaac got this information. This is information that Rebecca has that Isaac does not necessarily have. Okay. 2 nations are in your womb, and 2 peoples will be separated from your body, and 1 people shall be stronger than the other, and the older shall serve the younger. Okay. 2 nations. Is this going to be... Yep. Goyim. Nations. Perfect. Which would elsewhere be... Which is interesting. This word will elsewhere be translated, right? Pagan, heathen, Gentiles, when it is the nation of Israel, separate from all the other nations. But the word itself at baseline just means nation. The nation of Israel is one of the... That's a thing I'm saying on stream, I guess. The nation of Israel is one of 2 goyim that God is speaking of. Oh, that's fun. Okay. 2 nations are in your womb. And, yep, okay. So these are going to be all promises. Yep. Promises to Abraham. And these are probably all just going to be references to the Abrahamic covenant. Brother Israel has said, the hardship that's befallen us. Our fathers went down to Egypt. Yep. So Moses sent messengers to the king of Edom. Edom is the nation that will arise from Esau, which we'll get to in just a second here. Yeah, so that's kind of diving into the idea of these as 2 nations. 2 peoples will be separated. This verb separated I'm very interested in. Spread out, diverge, separate. So where else is this used? And can I do a slick way of, if I just bring this tab here, does it? Yeah, awesome. Okay, so the word here is, I can't read Hebrew. Hang on just a sec. Yiparedu. Okay. And this, where else is this used? Then Ahimaaz, king of Zadok, says, please let me run and bring the king news that the Lord has freed him from the hands of his enemies. And this is, I'm again assuming it's going to be freed? No. Run. Is it run? Hang on. I'm doing a terrible job of using my tools. Ahimaaz, the son of Zadok, said, please let me run and bring the king news that the Lord has freed him from the hand of his enemies. Okay. Did to Amnon just as Absalom had commanded, then all the king's sons arose and each mounted his mule and fled? Is it fled? Okay. What is the... we will figure out my Strong's tools together, sheeple. Okay. Yeah, flee away, yes. Okay, so the root is drive apart from, get away from each other. I want my Asba back, please, and thank you. Yes. Okay. So that is the separated is driven apart from, flee away. It conveys this idea of being apart from one another, which is why it was translated as separated. Makes sense. Okay. And one people shall be stronger than the other, and the older shall serve the younger. Okay, I want to look at stronger here. Yamas, strong, strengthen. Okay, yep. Strong. And the older shall serve the younger. Genesis, that's looking into the future. Malachi, okay. We already kind of saw what Paul had to say about this. Don't want to hope up Romans. Actually, I'm curious what Malachi has to say. I have loved you, says the Lord. This is the word of the Lord. I have loved you, says the Lord, but you say, how have you loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, declares the Lord? Yet I have loved Jacob, but I have hated Esau, and I have made his mountains a desolation and appointed his inheritance for the jackals of the wilderness. Okay, so this is talking about the destruction of Edom at a later point. And let's just look at hated here. Scorned, decreased in status. Yeah, okay. That. Let's switch up our track here to that one. Yeah, that one. Okay. So that's what we got there. Is this louder than I intended? No, that's as quiet as I can make it. Okay. Older shall serve. Let's just look at serve real quick. Till, toil, work, serve, accomplish. Yeah, abod. I'm going to assume that might be the very same. I'm curious now. Work, serve. When is the first time this shows up? I need a tool that I think I need to get like a Strong's integration that just does them in more of a format that I understand. But yeah, this is... So go now and work for you will be given no straw. Yes. Yeah. So it is, it is the notion of one people struggling and toiling for the other, like the Israelites would eventually do for the Egyptians when they were in their period of slavery there. When her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, which we knew already. Now the first came forth red all over like a hairy garment, and they named him Esau. So, they named him Esau. Do we have a... We don't have a... Like a... That's just his name. There is nothing more to the name Esau than the name Esau, which is strange. I'm going to assume it likely has something to do with being hairy. Because it's not... We get red later with Edom, as I've got highlighted in red there. But, And the reason I'm looking for the reason I am looking, just to be clear, for meaning in the name Esau is because we continue. Afterward, his brother came forth with his hand holding on to Esau's heel, so his name was called Jacob. And if we look here, one who takes by the heel or supplants. And if we look at the Hebrew, Jacob, hoof, footprint, rear, heel, hoof, footprint, rear guard. So it is quite literally referencing the idea that Jacob has grasped Esau's heel, and came forth grasping Esau's heel. He is named after that which he is grasping, that which he is reaching for. And Isaac was 60 years old when she gave birth to them. So let's note that Isaac took Rebekah as his wife when he was 40 years old, and the Lord took 20 years. The Lord took 20 years to answer his prayers. Rebekah was barren for 20 years after marrying Isaac. Just something to note for timescales, because a lot of times when we are going through these biblical stories, we glaze over just how much time separates events, because the text, clips from one event to the next, and it gives us, if we just read through it, it can give us the impression that all of these things are happening one after another, stacked on top of each other, when really what we're seeing is large period of time, 20 years of trying to have children, of praying to the Lord, and it happens, but it is a long wait. And I think there's something for us to learn there. I think this might be a note, honestly. Where are my notes? There are my notes. It took 20 years for Rebekah to conceive. What does that, what can we learn from that? That Isaac was patient with, he was asking after the Lord for his wife. He was praying to the Lord, and we don't know if he was praying for the entire time, but given that Isaac is called out as a man of faith, that would not surprise me that the Lord was faithful. The Lord fulfilled what Isaac was asking. But how often do we pray for a week for something and then get discouraged when we don't get it? Versus Isaac here, and again, I'm making some assumptions, but even if he was praying for half that time, for 10 years, what can we learn from that? Can we learn anything from that? I think I would like to think that we can. So, brother came forth, that's hand holding Esau's heel. We've got the supplanter, our protagonist that we'll be working with. We've got him grasping from the get-go. He is named Jacob. Bro, stop asking after 3 prayers. Yeah. Precisely. No, and that's, I think until you feel the matter is resolved one way or another, if something is important enough, if something is, if something is weighing on you enough to have been praying about it in the first place, keep on praying until you feel like there is some sort of answer. I think that might very well be the lesson here, or something to engage with. But yeah, one of the lessons that my co-teacher and I gave to the high schoolers a couple weeks ago is, God is not often saying flat out no. He is often saying not yet, or he is often saying not in the way that you necessarily want it. And I guess actually we see a little bit of that in this story too, where Rebekah goes, okay, I've got these kids in my womb, but why are they committing violence against each other? Why are they trying to crush each other in my womb? Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So it has taken me a solid 40 minutes to get here. But we have arrived at the birth of Jacob. We have arrived at our protagonist entering into the story, and he comes out grasping. He comes out holding his brother's heel, and that's why they call him Jacob. Because Jacob quite literally means heel. It means what he was grabbing for. It means supplanter, reaching, grasping for that heel. He is coming after, yet he is holding on. Okay, so when the boys grew up, Esau became a skillful hunter, a man of the field, but Jacob was a peaceful man, living in tents. So, when the boys grew up, Esau became a skillful hunter, a man of the field. I want to see what field is here. Pasture, open fields, acre. Right, so... Hey, Elijah! Welcome to stream, and in just a moment, with that chat, I think we shall see... There you are! There is you, as a sheep. Doing well. How are you doing, my friend? In case you want to customize your sheep at all, or see what little fun game commands you have for your sheep, let me drop that right there. If you follow the link that the bot me is about to drop into my chat, thank you. I took some time and put it in over over Holy Week. I figured if I was not streaming, we could be, you know, cleaning things up a bit. Yeah, but if you follow that link, it should give you a little extension panel where you can change your sheep's color, you can change the little accessories your sheep has, and I think there's a little gamepad over there that that lets you do little sheep actions as well. In fact, I want to do a little sheep action. I want to do a... I wonder if this works cross chat. I would assume it does. I'm curious now. Very interesting. Yeah, it is fun. I like it a lot. Does that... Okay, I'll mess around with that later. I want to get back to Jacob. Yeah, but have fun messing around with that. So, Esau is a skillful hunter. He is a man of the field. But Jacob was a peaceful man living in tents. Now, this I did cheat and look at because I was wondering what the heck the NASB footnote on peaceful was going to be here. Peaceful is complete. That is a fascinating way to describe a human being, right? Jacob is a complete man. And if we look, I want to kind of look at the Hebrew here and see where else that is used. So we've got... Where is it? Try that again. Syrian. Where else? Like, is this only used here? There we go. To complete, finished. So it is... Not hide from our lord that our money is all spent in the cattle of my lords. There is nothing left for my lord except our bodies in our hands. So yeah, interesting. One of the turns says, let some men take 5 of the horses which remain, which are left in the city. Behold, they will be in any case like the multitude of Israel are left. Behold, they will be in any case. So let us send in. So it is like a... It's almost like a finished, like done with. Yeah. Huh. So Jacob was a finished man. That is... fascinating. So Esau is a skillful hunter. Jacob is there is nothing for Jacob to be. Jacob is kind of at a culmination almost. Esau is out hunting game. Jacob is, I guess, content. I think content is, this might be rendered content, and like if I go to ESV, is that quiet? Interesting. Yeah, I guess this idea of, oh, I think it's conveying like a... It's almost like conveying a lack of ambition. I think is Interesting. Yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna settle on. Is Jacob is peaceful in that he is not at this point. He does not seem to be chasing after things. He is just kind of hanging, right? He is. Yeah, he's not. He does not have this personal drive for to be out doing other things. Yep, and he's living in tents, right? And lit dwelling. Yep. So Isaac is Isaac has inherited Abraham's wealth and increased wealth in his own manner, which we might talk about coming forward here. But so we've got this idea. So Isaac has his tents, has his setup, his own small little family home. I believe like Betov is the Hebrew, has his quote unquote little town, has his little settlement. Jacob stays within the tents where Esau is ranging out for game. Yeah. Okay. Now Isaac loved Esau because he had a taste for game, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Now, what I think is really interesting here is that the text gives us a reason why Isaac loved Esau. Isaac loved Esau because Isaac had a taste for game. But we're not given a reason why Rebekah loved Jacob. Now, I think we can infer why Rebekah loves Jacob, though. And I think if we look up here and see the older shall serve the younger, that seems to me, and I might be way off here, but that seems to me to be the basis here on which we have this dichotomy. I also want to note, gang, let's take a step back. We have parents with twins, and the biblical text goes out of its way to inform us that these parents have favorite children. Like, expressly and explicitly. Isaac loves Esau because Isaac has a taste for game, and Rebekah loves Jacob. So you have, that is, frankly, that sounds a little bit dysfunctional to me. When you have parents with favorites between these two twins. And again, duh, but it is, we often, there's a podcast I listen to, it's called the Bema Podcast, and it takes a look at scripture more from a Eastern perspective, kind of considering it from a Hebrew lens, and they've got this term called the lullaby effect, where it is when you have heard a story so many times, you tend to just glaze through it. Cheese! Welcome to the stream, Cheese. You're about to be a sheep. You are about to be a sheep. There you are. Welcome in. Thanks for swinging by. But yeah, so we have Isaac who loves Esau because Isaac likes the taste of game, and we have Rebekah who loves Jacob, and I'm assuming Rebekah loves Jacob because Rebekah got the call in from the Rebekah got the call in from God that the older shall serve the younger. So we have the mother who likes one son on what is effectively divine grounds. We have the so is Moondust, Cheese. You're both ladies. We have a mother who loves the yes, Cheese, look, see, you are that green sheep right there. It's saying the things that you're saying. If you want to mess around with what your sheep looks like, or press buttons to make your sheep do something, that should drop a link in just a second, which will give you a little control panel to mess things around if that is something you are interested in doing. Yeah, but we've got this dysfunctional family is kind of what I want to express here. And I don't think that's great, and I think we will see more of that play out later. Fen! Welcome, Fen! Welcome to the stream. Oh man, we are getting a cavalcade of sheep friends. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Welcome to stream. We are talking about Jacob's dysfunctional family right now. And we are, Jacob is a man who is lacking ambition, who is not father's favorite child, but is mother's favorite child. In fact, Jacob might be a little bit of a mother's boy. And what a family it was! Meanwhile, Esau is a man's man out there hunting, and he is getting game. And that sets us up for quite the incident. When Jacob had cooked stew, Esau came in from the field, and he was famished. All right, so let's look at this. Jacob had cooked stew. So Jacob's chilling in the tents. Jacob is not super duper, ambitious. Jacob is not out there. Jacob is not going out hunting. He is in the tents. He is cooking. Outside of the faith, he's always drawn as a femboy. The world is a strange and a dark place. Okay. Yeah. That is an incredibly fair observation. Though I will say that past this point, Jacob is pretty consistently on the run and pretty consistently doing some heavy labor, and I don't think that necessarily lends itself well to the more feminine presentation of the male physique, so to speak. But yes, I'm with you, Fen. I don't like that either. Okay, so Jacob comes in. Esau has come in from the field, and he is famished. I want to look at the frog to Renai pipeline. Oh man, I mean, the frog to Renai pipeline did start at the fact that there is no Renai without representation of Renai without frog in the first place. So there is an origin to this phenomena there. Okay, so Esau comes in from the field and he is famished, and the Hebrew here is ayep, which is tired or exhausted. Tired or exhausted. The root is to become tired, to lose consciousness. So he is fainting, and I really want to stress that he is fainting. He is not dying. The text, there are words in Hebrew for like actually perishing. He is famished to the point of fainting. Esau is not on the verge of death here. I want to be clear about that, and that's important as we continue on. And Esau said to Jacob, "Please let me have a swallow of that red stuff there, for I am famished." And once again, Esau is he is tired, he is exhausted, he is losing consciousness. And I just love this little note here. I love that this incident right here is where we get the name of an entire people group and nation. One brother comes in from the hunt to his other, says, "Hey, I am really hungry, that you've got some red soup. I want that red soup." And now for the entire rest of biblical history, this man's nation is called Red. This is and like, more seriously, right? That speaks to the magnitude of this incident. That there is an entire nation, people group, that literally get their name from the impatience of Esau here, from the hunger of Esau here, from the need of Esau to have a bite to eat. Red stuff there, for I am famished, and therefore his name was called Edom. And again, NASB is doing my work for me here, like weary, right? He is weary. He is worn down. He's been out in the field. He's hungry, and like, who can blame him? Who has not been there themselves, right? Therefore, his name was called Edom, Red. But Jacob said, "First, sell me your birthright, and then it shall be said in the day he wills what he has to his sons. He cannot make the son of the loved firstborn before the son of the unloved, who is the firstborn." What's the context there? Yeah, so this is the laws that would eventually be given to the Israelites, right? So this is, we are underscoring NASB's little translation notes here, or reference notes here, are underscoring that the birthright is important. The firstborn son, in Hebrew culture, I believe the word is Behor. The Behor gets a double share of the father's inheritance as a mark of being the firstborn. There is more in stock. There is more given materially to the Behor than there is given to the second son. So Jacob is not just asking to be, Jacob is not just asking to be first in line here. There is material wealth associated with this as well. That is the transfer that is occurring here. Esau said, "Behold, I am about to die. So of what use then is the birthright to me? And I'm curious, I am about to die." Yep, I am dying. I am dying, Esau says. And is he being... Okay, somebody's got to catch that scar. All you got to do is type exclamation point jump and get through the latency, and you can catch that star and get some points for, like, bombs or something. Yeah, I think bombs. Who's gonna catch it? But yeah. So Esau comes in, he is famished, he is weary, and he tells his brother, "I'm about to die, give me that soup," and Jacob insists. And he says, "First swear to me." So he swore to him and sold his birthright to Jacob. Yes, we've got the reason I am railing so hard against Esau here is because so close, Moondust. The reason I am railing so hard against Esau here is because the author of Hebrews, and we just got out of our Hebrews study, does likewise. I'm gonna just do we are at the tail, or we are in the middle of Hebrews 12 near the end of the letter, and the author of Hebrews is talking about the ungodly or the immoral within the congregation. This is the word of the Lord. "See to it that no one comes short of the grace of God, that no root of bitterness springing up causes trouble, and by it many are defiled. That there be no immoral or godless person like Esau, who sold his own birthright for a single meal." So, as much as I would like to have sympathy for Esau here, what I see from the author of Hebrews is, and what I then understand the correct interpretation to be here, is that Esau is being impatient. Esau is putting his immediate needs, is putting his immediate desires, is putting what he wants. Honestly, he's putting his flesh first in the moment here, not considering what this means, not considering the consequences of giving up the responsibilities and obviously the rewards of firstborn. It is all short-term gain for Esau here. And that more than anything else is why I've been going as hard on Esau in here as I have been. But Jacob said, "First sell me your birthright." Esau said, "Behold, I am about to die. What it uses the birthright to me?" And Jacob said, "First swear to me." So he swore to him. And what's the Hebrew here? Swear, make a statement, Yisaba. Just where else do we see this? Real quick. Have sworn with. So this is like when Abraham is getting his servant to go find a wife for Isaac. He has him swear. When do we get a swear to me by God that you will not deal falsely with me? Yeah, so swearing. I don't think I need to further explain the concept of swearing, the concept of making an oath. It is, are you saying that for real? And the answer is yes. Esau is swearing to Jacob, and he is selling his birthright for that single bowl of stew. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and lentil stew, and he ate and drank, and rose and went on his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. And let's look at despised real quick. Is that cut off? Alright, well, we'll just look it up. And come on. Can I get a Strong's? Can I get a... Guess we'll have to go with the root. There we go. I do want to talk about this despise because it is kind of important here. So this conveys the idea of raising the head loftily and disdainfully, right? It is this idea. Hebrew is a very visual language. Hebrew is a language that is a lot of the statements of heart states, a lot of the statement of feelings. These ideas are communicated in a very real sense with metaphors that are grounded in the body. So this is literally, This is the first time I have wished I have actually had some sort of tracking rather than being a PNG. It's this idea of, like, lifting your nose up at something and looking away from it. Esau is despising his birthright for a bowl of stew. Now, where else do we see this? Yeah, so, for example, another time we see this word despise is when David is out dancing before the Lord, joyous at the return of the Ark of the Covenant, and his wife looks and she despises her husband doing this worship before God. Or, what do we got here? A wise son makes a father glad, but a foolish man despises his mother. So it is a very much, it is a serious turning away that Esau has done here. And that's going to have repercussions. That's going to have... Well, that's the thing, Cheese. How good of a cook was Jacob? No one's asking the real questions. Was Jacob a good enough cook to where Esau gave up his birthright, said, I don't want that, I just want soup. It's just soup. I want the soup. Why am I cracking myself up? Food Wars shenanigans. It is some Food Wars. I mean, hey, Cheese, you know the adage. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. That is some wisdom right there. Yeah. Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? What do you mean you're at soup? I mean, I'm at soup. Go to the next aisle. There's just more soup. What do you mean there's more soup? It's more soup. It's all soup. Oh, man. Code Ment, everybody. I can't, as a Christian streamer, I cannot recommend Code Ment. But, oh man, that specific Code Geass fan dub was... It was the soul of the randomness internet for a while. My goodness gracious. Was there cheese? Was there cheese in the soup? When is the first time cheese shows up in the Bible? Cheese shows up in the first time cheese shows up in the Bible. The first time the idea of cheese shows up in the Bible, I am sorry for the typing, cheese. My apologies for going clickety-clack on my keyboard. The first time that cheese shows up in the Bible, not you, Cheese, or maybe you, Cheese, I don't know. I don't know if you were there. The first time cheese shows up in the Bible is 1 Samuel 17:18. I think we have to ask the legitimate question of... Oh, gotcha. I think we have to ask the legitimate question of, was Isaac's homestead equipped with... This is a good question to ask. Was Isaac... In fact, I'm going to add this to it as we're coming up at the... I went way more depth in this passage than I liked, and we're kind of coming up at the the end of the portion of stream I had. Yes. It certainly... Code Geass... Yeah. Code Geass is a good story. Code Geass is a story that I think takes itself a little too seriously at times, to be completely honest. But yes, was Isaac's homestead equipped to produce cheese? Like, I don't know if there was, at this point in human history, straight up, I guess we could do some research. I'm very curious now. Let's see. No. So, Jacob was alive around 1836 to 1689. Okay? So, when was... I mean, almost assuredly. Code Geass is the one where, at least for the first couple seasons, half of it is a high school drama, and half of it is a political intrigue where they are fighting each other in mechs. That's the one that's Code Geass? Yes. cheese has hopped channels. There are 2 cheese sheep. Okay, hang on. One of these cheese sheep is false. We must do something about that. We shall pin the false cheese right there. There we go. Okay, problem solved. We have pulled out the faker. Oh, your lower lady cheese. I'm just doing a bit, cheese. I'm more than happy for there to be. It's interesting that your sheep maintained roughly the same color, changed with the accessories a bit, but okay. When did humanity make cheese? Things I didn't think I'd be asking Google. 5,500 to 66,000 BC. So, yeah, okay. Okay. There could have been cheese there. Yeah, Twitch. I like Twitch as a platform better. Personally. There's also way less latency in chats. Your sheep isn't hanging, your sheep is just pinned. Don't worry about it. So Isaac's homestead could have been equipped. We'll let the sheep go. And then, just for kicks and giggles, because I can. Was Isaac's homestead equipped to make cheese? It could have been equipped to make cheese. So there could have been cheese in the soup. And if there was cheese in the soup, I think we get a little better of an understanding of why Esau gave up his birthright for a bowl of stew. It's, if there's cheese in there, if it is now, hang on, we do have to respect the biblical text. What does the text say? The text says, bread and lentil stew. So it could have been some lentil stew with cheese. Yeah, that's a pretty good description. Also, Prince with Daddy Issues gets the magic power to give anybody one command once that they must follow. And some shenaniganery ensues there. Boy, howdy. Alright, honestly, that was... I expected, and soup. Lots and lots of soup. I can survive entirely on a diet of crayons and lighter fluid. I love Abridged Suzaku so much, but Abridged Suzaku is only a good character because normal Suzaku is a good character. Anyway, all of this is to say, that was really fun. I got way deeper into the text than I thought I was going to. Things I kind of want to take away, and I will compress into notes to have ready for the next portion we do on the Jacob study here. The struggles of Jason and Esau in the womb were violent. So the 2 of them were going at it in the womb, using, and the way that biblical language is used is it's elsewhere used as like literal nations striking, crushing, and oppressing one another. And that is what prompted Rebecca to go to God. Second thing is that it is not that, yeah, exactly. She goes, if it is so, then why am I this way? So Rebecca has gotten, after 20 years of waiting, Rebecca has we are just doing a study of Jacob as a character. And I'm not going in, Elijah, with any notes beforehand. I am effectively generating my notes and questions on the fly. And honestly, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm going to be, that's good news for me, because it means I don't have to do a bunch of preparation before stream, and I can use that time to maybe get on top of making videos again, which is what I want to do. So, yeah, but we're just doing a Jacob study. We're following Jacob until, Jacob doesn't become our protagonist anymore. And then we might just do a Joseph study, because I really like Joseph. All that is to say that, it takes 20 years for Rebecca to conceive. It takes 20 years for Rebecca to conceive. She finally conceives. When she conceives, she has a literal war going on in her womb, and she says it's time to pray to God. When she prays to God, God gives her a direct answer, but he gives her a direct answer. Nowhere in the text do we see that Isaac has heard this promise from God, or in another sense, this prophecy of Rebecca's, that the older shall serve the younger. She may never have told her husband. And I think I think actually there's a good case to be made that she didn't, because if she did, I think things would have played out very differently as we get later into the story of Jacob, and that's probably what we'll be covering on Saturday. So we have this, and then we have this dysfunctional family, right? We have a mother that loves the younger son for what we can only infer is, the text does not tell us, what we can only infer is she loves him because God has told her that he's the better son, more or less, which is crazy to think about. Absolutely crazy. And then the father loves Esau because Esau hunts. And then at the tail end of this story, what we see is a firstborn more or less callously throwing out his birthright for short-term gain, for this material soup, which may very well have had cheese in it. So I think that's the big takeaway here, is that Isaac's homestead could have been equipped to produce cheese. So if it helps to think that if it helps our impression of Esau to think that there was cheese in the soup, we can do that. I think we can take that liberty. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, cheese. In soup. Oh, not the dysfunctional family bit. Not the dysfunctional family bit. The fact that your family has been potentially placed in the soup that Esau traded his birthright for. Understood. I'm sorry about your family, cheese, but they, in a sense, cheese, you can take solace knowing that the cheese in that soup that made it so delectable to Esau that he would give up his birthright, even that advanced God's ends. Even that moved the story of Israel forward. And on that poignant note, so yeah, big things I'm going to be carrying through into this next session. In fact, let's just prep our card now. Slay, indeed, cheese. Everything God does is slay. Don't take that the wrong way. Okay, so I want to do dysfunctional. 20-year wait. War in womb. There's more soup! Dysfunctional. Lack of shared info. How's that note look? 20-year wait, war in womb, dysfunction, lack of shared info. And then on prophecy. Okay, save that. These are notes for future Renai and anybody that's chilling out with me on Saturday. And then finally, we have this idea of a instant gratification for Esau. Instant grat. Well, short gratification to grat, like all the kids are doing these days. Definitely. 100% slang. Fantastic. Let's clear out our other notes there. 20... Okay. So, all that being said, I need to get myself some water. And when I return, we will be starting a brand new game called Rakuen, which is Japanese for paradise, and as I understand it, is going to be talking about concepts of morality and death, and might be very, very sad. So I'm excited to get started with that right after break. Hydrate or dihydrate indeed, cheese. So I think what I am going to say is that I will be right back, or should I say, all right back. Well, Elijah, you do have to hydrate or you will dehydrate. That's the point here. You can't pass up on one, because if you do, you will unfortunately have things will result in the other. Okay, let's take that sound off. Let's hope that Steam does not pull a fast one on me. Let's launch that. I wonder if my controller is just going to work with this out of the box. It is. Awesome. Okay, let's throw that there. Let's pop on over to that. Fantastic. Everything's working. Oh, and I'm going to have to be in that window for focus, huh? I mean, I guess that makes sense. Alrighty. So this is Rakuen. I know very little about this game, other than it is incredibly well reviewed on Steam, and it is an RPGMaker game, and it is a game about I believe, a child that is dying in the hospital. So, let's get on with it. Controls. Up, down, left, right. Well, we're gonna see if we can, Too bad. All right. Speaking of dying in the hospital, we've got a good start there. Maybe I should default to like sad expression as we are playing this game. Hey Elijah, we can at some point again play God Save the Queen. We certainly absolutely can, or Long Live the Queen. We can. It is a much slower game, especially when I'm waiting for chat interaction. But like, yeah. All right. Oh boy. Boy is a character who I'm gonna have a consistent voice for. So Boy is gonna sound like, who's there? No, who's there? Yeah, I'd play golf with your friends sometime, Cheese. Or are you talking about real golf? Who's there? Yeah, we'll go up a range. Who's there? Hey. How'd you get in here? Your door's unlocked, man. Oh. Who are you? I'm Yami. I live across the hall. Did you just move in or something? No, I think I got here around the same time as you. But they never let me out of my room. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. I sneak out at night when the nurses aren't watching. Promise you won't tell anyone I'm here, okay? I promise. So how long are you in here for? I don't know. Mom says it could be a while. Same here. It gets really boring sometimes. I know what you mean. Someone's coming. Sorry, man. I gotta go. Bye, Yami. Your name means darkness, by the way. Hey, wait! Yeah? Maybe I could visit you sometime? It's not as boring when there's two. You won't be able to get into my room. I'm not even supposed to leave, remember? Oh, yeah. But don't worry. I'll come visit you again. I promise. Yami? Where'd you go? Alright, guys. I'm starting to think that Yami might not be real. Just a thought. Okay, I can walk. Patient 237. Primatrexed disodium 800 milligrams once. Carboplantin 300 milligram once. Carboplantin 376 milligrams once. Guess that's the drugs I have been given. Treatment guide. Treatment guide? Just treatment guide. An origami hat. Hey, that's my origami hat. Open the cabinet? Not yet. The door is locked. There is a sign on the door. Read it? Yes. Storage area 5B. Patients not allowed beyond this point. Alright, what's in the cabinet? Yeah, I'll get to you in a second, phone. I think, Boy... Your name means darkness, by the way. The cabinet is empty. Well, that's fantastic. Strange guy showed up in my hospital room. Okay, Chuck Chira. Yeah, but I'm hospitalized in bed. I'm in for a houseplant that looks like it could use some water. It's dark in the bathroom. Fill this thing with water? Why not? A mirror. Am I in it? Or am I a vampire? Oh. Oh, there we go. Can only interact with that from the... We'll leave the seat down. Yeah, hello, it's me, boy. Hello? Hello, dear, it's Mom. Mom! Just wanted to let you know that my train was delayed, so I'm gonna be a bit late. Oh. Okay. I'm so sorry, dear. I'm going as fast as I can. I'll come visit you again. Oh, no, the heck you will not! It's okay, Mom. I understand. But I'm off work this week, and I dropped off your little brother at Grandma's. So we'll be able to spend lots of time together. We can play games. I'll read to you. It'll be like our own little party. Thanks, Mom. I love you. I love you, too. Aw, well, that's nice. Hello, Doctor. Oh, your name is Doctor. Well, well, I see you're wide awake and walking around. No one told me I couldn't walk around. Huh. Okay, wise guy, I've got a couple things to tell you. First of all, some good news. Your tests have come back, and it turns out things are looking pretty good. In fact, I think it might be okay for you to walk around the halls a bit today. You mean, I get to leave my room? Indeed. Yes! Not so fast. There's something else I need to talk to you about. This morning, the cafeteria reported that a lot of food and drink was stolen from the kitchen. Since the wing was all locked up last night, we believe the thief might still be in the building somewhere. So can you take a moment to just check and see if any of your belongings were stolen? Okay. Oh no! It's gone! Doctor, they took it. They took Rakuen. I'm telling God. They took Rakuen. What did they take? Rakuen. It's my favorite book in the whole world. My mom reads it to me every night. It's very special. Are you completely sure you didn't just misplace it? I'm sure. After Mom finishes reading, she always puts it back in the same place. It's our tradition. Okay, calm down. What did your book look like? It has a brown cover. It looks very old. And there is a clasp made of silver with a hole for a key. Silver clasp, huh? I guess that explains why they'd take a children's storybook. Well, I'm really sorry about this. I can only imagine how important it must have been to you. I want you to know that we'll be doing all we can to track down the thief. Now, Cheese, either you ate the book or Yami took the book. Which do you think it is? I want to blame Yami. Mom's gonna be so sad. You know what? What? Since you're allowed to leave your room today, why don't you go talk to some of the other folks around the floor? Cheese ate the book. Well, Cheese... Okay, Cheese, if we find the book, Cheese, you're gonna have to explain to me how it's no longer in your stomach. Who knows? Maybe someone will be able to help you get your book back. Take care now. I'll be in to check on you in a bit. Find out who stole your book. Awesome. Okay, so there's also an autosave feature. Now, Father Evan, I am pretty sure, Father Evan, that that I did update my stream category. I am. Also, I expressly told you the last time I was streaming that this is what I would be playing the next time I was on stream. But welcome in. I think you are now a sheep. I think if you're on Twitch, there should be a little extension if you want to mess with your sheep, change appearance or whatnot, as well as that should give you some commands as well. But thanks for popping in. We are jamming out some Rakuen. Well, Father Evan, starting today, this channel does not only play Pokemon. Indeed, Father Evan. Open the locker. You find a pair of scrubs hanging inside. Can I have them? I guess not. Open the locker. A lab coat and a pair of scrubs. Oh, a lab coat and a pair of scrubs. Something beneath the lab coat. Look underneath. Yes. You found 5 gold. Yo. Okay, so I do think we did just steal 5 currency unit from a locker, to be very, very clear, which is not good, but I'm a kid. I don't know right and wrong yet. How's your detective work coming? Finding any good leads? Someone stole my book, so you know what? That definitely justifies me stealing other things. Yes, I was about to steal some scrubs. I want to wear the scrubs. Lower left corner of the eye chart, you can make out some writing. Read it? Yes. M-A-I. M-A-I-I. Let's keep that in mind, I guess. Is there a run button? There is not a run button. I guess I am a hospital-bound child. Rusted is shut. Oh my. Okay, this is a much more extensive, layout than I thought we would be, Alright, let's go outside and... About to say, you just got allowed to... Yeah, I know. Pile of freshly made plushie toys. Hey, kiddo, you need something? Did you hear about the thief? Don't tell anyone I told you this, but... You know how some of the doors around here have the electronic lockbox things on them? I heard that they keep the passport somewhere behind the reception desk. It's across from Kisabuto's room. What do you think is beyond those doors? You mean you haven't been there? What? No, of course not. I'm just a volunteer. Hey, kiddo, you need something? What's up? I'm just finishing up a batch of plushies. My goal is to make one for all the patients on the floor, even old cranky men like Tony and Panky. I heard that! Good. Tell me about the folks here. Tell me about Winston. Winston's wife doesn't have her wedding band on. Don't you think that's a little strange? Lady, I'm a child. Don't talk to me about potential adultery, lady. I mean, Winston's still wearing his. Or even just marriages on the outs, lady. I don't need to hear about that. I know Tony seems like the biggest grump on the planet, but I can tell he's just a bit lonely. I bet if you brought him some coffee, he'd open up to you a bit. Oh, I know all about the people here. Tell me about Sue. Okay, so Tony wants coffee. Sue didn't used to be so poor, but I heard that her father drank a bit too much. Wow, okay. There's some sad things happening in the hospital, besides just a child being hospitalized. But I heard that her father drank a bit too much and gambled away all their savings. Alright, well, thank you for that, Danielle. See you later. That's not a plushie, that's a living, breathing cat. I told you, you're not supposed to have cats in the hospital. It's fine, she's a seeing eye cat. My vision is really bad. Get it out of here, Danielle! Yeah, whatever. Panky is the worst. I don't think I like the name Panky. Sorry, hun, you know you're not supposed to leave this wing. Okay, so all we gotta do is get our hands on somebody's credit or debit card, and we've got a lot of money. Fantastic. Ooh, Odin. Odin. Yeah, I'd be grumpy if my name was Panky, too. These drinks are hot. What's up, Panky? Hey there! Long time no see, buddy. You hungry? You need something? You hear about the thief? Oh yeah, someone came in here and took a bunch of food and drinks. Ain't no way they got in here through the cafeteria. See that metal door up there? It comes down after hours and no one gets through that. So I bet they somehow got into the backspace. The backspace? Yeah, it's a network of closed-off passageways, half-built rooms, storage closets, you know. My dad went and named me A Boy Named Sue, a real masterpiece. The aftermath of, well, yeah, it's crazy back there. All roads lead to theft, the game. Or maybe theft is just one of the sins I struggle with the most, Father Evan. Maybe I'm just kleptomaniac. Maybe I'm just a bit of a kleptomaniac. But it is interesting that we are tracking down a thief, and one of the first things that I semi-accidentally did was steal 5 gold from a locker. I do think it's also there, for the record, Father Evan. Tell me about the folks here. Tell me about Danielle. Don't tell her I said this, but Danielle's got a heart of gold. She spends her free time making... Oops. And really don't tell her I said this. She's a bit of a crazy cat lady. I heard that! What can I say? It's true. Yeah, it is. Tell me about Kisaburo. If that Kisaburo comes in here one more time, borrowing my stuff, I swear. I will take your word for it, Father Evan. If that Kisaburo comes in here one more time, borrowing my stuff, I swear. Borrowing? Oh, yeah. He took all my soup ladles, and for what? To go digging in the mud outside to look for buried treasure. Is everybody in this hospital a thief? I feel bad for the guy, though. It's never easy when one starts losing their mind like that. Oh, he's crazy. Must be even tougher for his family. What about Jackie? Jackie's a smart guy. Sometimes I think he's on another planet. But if there's one thing we can talk about, it's food. Of course, we have different methods. He's all science. He cooks with his brain. I cook with my heart. Well, you know, to the Hebrew reader, these are kind of the same thing. Who you want to know about? We are good, Chef Panky. What's up? Did you hear? They finally stocked up the vending machine out in the hospital hall with peanut choo-choos. The shift leader was here on the other day, begging us to do it. Guess it's not just kids that like them, huh? Cool. Alright, there's some peanut choo-choos I can get my hands on. Ooh, bento. Ooh, onigiri. Rice bowls and snacks. Donburi. Rice bowls and snacks. Yogurt, fruit cups. Man, this is a well-stocked hospital cafe. Ice cream. Cold drinks. Ice cream. What's over here? Magazine. Stationery. Man, they got it all. Is this a radiator? Guess it's nothing of import. Anything here? Nope. Alright. Cool. What do you have to say? The new patient lounge is still being built. Please come back later. Fine. Fine. I'll come back later. Alright. Semi-functional vending machine. What would you like to buy? The hot coffee will be restocked as soon as our shipment arrives. Okay. Well, guess no hot coffee for Tony then. Open the locker. Doors rusted shut. Open the locker. Find a pair of scrubs. I want them. I want the scrubs. Now, where did I put that key? I must have dropped it somewhere. Chef Panky's quote about the heart and the mind is almost word for word what Rachmaninoff said except about composition. Who was his target? Like, was he comparing himself to someone else, or was he talking about composing with both the heart and the mind himself? Yeah, the doctor dropped a key. Let's keep an eye out for that to steal. The door is locked. Oh yeah, we should probably be checking whose room is whom's. Snow blank room. Kisaburo's room. Okay, so if I can get... Did you call me? Yeah. Apparently, the toilet in Sue's room is broken now. Can you do anything about it? I'm a nurse, not a plumber. I don't even know how to fix a toilet. Well, you get a plunger, and you plunge. Well, someone has to do it. You know we're short-staffed. Fine, I'll go see if I can dig up some supplies. Quit bugging me, kid. I've got a lot to do right now. And my stomach is growling. What I wouldn't give for a peanut choo-choo. Okay, here we go. Because I know that behind that desk across from Kisaburo's room... Oh, I need 5 more gold. I gotta steal 5 more gold. I mean, I have to come into 5 more gold somehow to purchase a peanut choo-choo. Did I say steal? I didn't mean steal. Gemma? The toilet in there is broken. Some metal thing is stuck inside. If you have to go, you should probably find a different bathroom. Hey, what are you doing? This is a girl's room, you know. But if you really want to use the bathroom, come talk to me. What? How are you doing today? What's up? My wife's been asleep for months now. But So, okay, hang on. So Danielle was talking about Winston's wife, who was missing her wedding ring, and her wedding ring is off, but also, I guess Danielle assumed that I would know that Winston's wife was comatose. That was important context I lacked when this conversation first popped up. So, which implies somebody has taken the wedding ring off of her finger. But I still talk with her every day, and sometimes I read to her. How are you doing today? Did you hear about the thief? Have you noticed that some of the doors around here have electronic passcode devices? I've been told those areas have long been closed off, even to the staff. Well, recently I noticed that one of the devices had been turned on. How are you doing today? I heard that you created an entire set of armor out of paper. That's quite impressive. How are you doing today? Oops, okay. I'm using Donga. Slightly different than I remember, but here, the new kind of music seems to create not from the heart, but from the head. Its composers think rather than feel. They have not the capacity to make their works exalt. They mediate, protest, analyze, reason, calculate, and brood, but they do not exalt. This does feel a little bit... This does feel a little fever dreamy, Cheese. And I am potentially delusional boy in the hospital. Who would you like to learn about? Tell me about Sue. On occasion, I had to take Sue back to her room. She has a habit of walking around aimlessly on certain nights. Tony. I believe Tony hasn't talked with this family in a long while. It makes me sad to think that families can be torn apart just because people don't see eye to eye on something. Who would you like to learn about? Who's Cora? Heard the coroner friends have been working on the special project. That might just be the way in which my mic is cutting out a bit every few seconds. Is that an audio problem that other folks are noticing? I think I'm above threshold, but I might be hitting my noise gate, and if I am, let me know. Keep me appraised, because we want to get on audio issues as soon as possible. Last I heard, they were calling themselves Towel Cape Heroes. Okay. Good to know. Blood samples, just on the desk, huh? A thermometer. Patient 138. Apoxic brain injury, stage 1 coma, respiratory 30. What a name. No worries, Elijah. Whenever there is any sort of, you notice any sort of issue with playback or audio or whatever, say something rather than not, because I'd like to be on top of any potential issues as soon as I hear about them. Okay, so all of the houseplants in this hospital seem to need water. Wow, so many different marbles. Yeah, I've been collecting for a long time. Hi, Sue. So you want to use our bathroom, eh? Well, I guess? Yeah, I get it. We all gotta go sometimes. But I can't let just anyone use our bathroom. It's a girl's room, you know. Gosh, it looks like you really gotta go, though. Well, how about this? See that jar next to me? Yep. That's my marble collection. I'm missing some, though. I was carrying a bunch of them around in my pocket, and I'm pretty sure some fell out. If you could find me just one, I'd let you use our bathroom whenever you want. Do you think you could do that for me? I'll try my best. Thank you. The last place I was playing was with Danielle in the cafeteria, so you might want to check around there. Back to the cafeteria. Okay. We'll go the long way around. Are these things being recorded in my journal, by the way? Okay. Yes. Find out to steal my book and bring Sue one of her lost marbles. we might be able to say that Sue has lost her marbles. Okay. Sorry. This game is Rakuen, and it's a story. Hello, small child. What brings you to my blood draw station? Interested in learning about circulatory systems, platelets, perpetual motion machines? What can I help you with? Sometimes I like to contemplate things like, why are there only 2 egg-laying mammals in the world? I'm sure many species could benefit from laying eggs. Well, that's just kind of how God created them, Jackie. But so far, only the platypus and echidna families hopped on that bandwagon. Why, if I could lay eggs, I would be laying eggs all the time. Okay, Jackie. Okay. You were making soup as I was talking about soup. I love that. Hey, Jackie? Yeah, boy, that's the correct response. What can I help you with? Okay. Come here, I'll let you in on a little secret. Have you noticed anything strange about this hospital? You're something strange about this hospital, Jackie. Not really. A while back, I started noticing cryptic little messages written all over the place. And last night I saw someone go into that closet south of Tony's room, but I was told that closet had been locked since before I started working here. I'm pretty sure they were not staff. What did they look like? I only saw them out of the corner of my eye. And for but a second, so unfortunately I could not say. Tell me about Panky. The children love Chef Panky. If he notices someone having a bad day, he'll give them ice cream. Ah, ice cream. Using the scientific secret of salt to lower the freezing point of ice in order to freeze the cream. Genius! Tell me about Kisaburo. I knew Kisaburo about before his mind started going. We spoke often. It's sad to see someone's mental condition deteriorate like that. What do you mean? Well, for example, recently the staff found him outside digging in the mud again. He was on his hands and knees making piles of mud using spoons he got from the kitchen. They were ladles. I will have you know that they were ladles, sir. Aw, man. But hey, maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe he was looking for buried treasure. Who would you like to know about? Tell me about Danielle. Danielle is the purple-haired girl who hangs out in the cafeteria. She sews the most marvelous plushies for the patients here. Okay. Hello, child. Oh, I like your... Yeah, the Poshly, the lead up to the Poshly Heights the lead up to the Poshly Heights arc. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I can see it. Hey, I don't think we formally met. I'm Cora. It's probably pretty easy to remember me because I'm the only girl in my grade with a pink mohawk. Whoa, cool! And don't worry, my mom knows. She's the one who let me do it. Anyways, it was nice meeting you. Nice meeting you too, Cora. Oh hey, some friends and I are working together to do something special for the people on our floor here in the hospital. Like what? I'll have more details later, but if you find anything cool you'd want to donate, come talk to me. Okay. I know a lot of folks feel powerless when they have to stay here. But here's the way I see it. No one knows how much time they have in this world. My time could be up in 80 years. Or 8 minutes. It's a very, okay, you know what? That's an Ecclesiastes poll right there. Let me find the verse. Yeah. Just want to... We pop on over. Oh man, my display is wonky. Oh, there we go. Ecclesiastes 9. Jackie has just, or Cora has just given us Ecclesiastes 9:12. Moreover, a man does not know his time, like fish caught in a treacherous net and birds trapped in a snare. So the sons of men are ensnared of evil when evil time when it suddenly falls on them. So just no one is promised tomorrow, gang. We don't know when our time is going to be up. It could be 80 years or it could be 8 minutes. All right. Or 8 minutes. Now, which of these buttons was... Oh, I need to be back in my RPGMaker window. Right. Point is, I'm going to do everything I can to make good use of my time. Time's precious, you know. Very... Yep. If I could help just one person to feel happier, then it'd all be worth it. Hey there. Did you hear about the thief? Dude, yeah, Chef Peggy came out here earlier and was not happy. I guess the thief took a lot of food from the cafeteria kitchen. How the heck did they get into the kitchen? You can't even get there from the cafeteria. Believe me, I've tried. Tell me about the folks here. Tony. Between you and me, I think Tony's hiding something. He acts so grumpy all the time, but he's got this pretty little music box in his room that he guards with his life. Why would a grumpy old dude like that have a sweet little music box? Tell me about Sue. Sue's a sweetheart, but she's obsessed. Obsessed? Yeah, I guess she had to move to the hospital before saying goodbye to her friend. And that's pretty much all she talks about now. Tell me about Jackie. Jackie's that guy over in the blood draw station. He's cool. A little weird, but cool. If you ever need to know about anything technical, he's the guy to ask. Never mind. A pink cat? Oh. No. See you later. Okay, I need 5 more gold. Cabinet is empty. Looks like there's something beneath the folders. Yes. There is our 10. There is our 10 gold. Alright, we have what we need to acquire the coffee. Yeah, pretty tough day today. You hang in there, alright? You're doing great. I mean, I'm up and walking around. It can't have been that tough of a day. Tony's room. Okay. Before we go into Tony's room, the door is locked. Look at the sign. Keep out only authorized personnel allowed beyond this point. An electronic device with a passcode entry labeled Closet 5C. It doesn't appear to be turned on. Okay. Let's go get some coffee as a peace offering for Tony, because I've heard that Tony likes coffee. Oh, wait, no. We can't get coffee. We can get peanut choo-choos. Here we go. And now we can distract this staff with a peanut choo-choo. Quit bugging me, kid. I got a lot to do right now. What do you want to do? Offer a peanut choo-choo. Wait, you're giving this to me? Wow, thank you. I haven't eaten anything all day. I guess they won't mind if I go take a short break. You fool. Admittance forms. What do we got? You know, don't mind me. Looking for secrets. Looking for secrets. Oh, what's that? Let's check the upper shelf. An assortment of books and pamphlets line the shelves. A newspaper clipping is sticking out from between two of the books. Read it. Have a wonderful night, Elijah. Thanks for stopping by. Already strapped for resources, hospitals are unable to accommodate new patients. Okay. Middle shelf. Several years' worth of medical journals. Lower cabinet. Folders filled with medical forms. A laminated card is clipped to the back of one of the folders. Read the card. Closet 5C passcode 1721. I'm going to write that down somewhere because while my memory is all right, it's not great for numbers, actually. I forgot that my numpad is how I control my expressions. Have a blessed night, Elijah. Thanks for stopping by. Which do you want to search? We're good. All right. Let's go check in on Tony. That's not Tony. Hey, Tony. What the heck do you think you're doing in my room, kid? Get out! It figures when I want visitors, no one shows up. But when I need peace and quiet, every idiot in the world has to come to my room. And where is that nurse with my coffee? Book about airplanes. Broken music box. If you touch that music box, I'll break your hands! Okay, Tony. Jeesh. Treatment guide. Blood. There's no point in talking to Tony before he's had his coffee. He'll just growl at you like a big angry bear. I heard you, Leah, little brat! See what I mean? I'm gonna use your bathroom. Oh, the bathroom door is locked? Is someone in the bathroom? Bye-bye. 5 gold. Heck yeah. Now we're cooking with gas. Hey. This is my room, right? Boy's room. Yep, my name. That's me. My name, Boy. Okay, so now we're going to go see if we can't pick up one of Sue's marbles. Because she was hanging along around with Danielle. There it is. A pile of freshly made plushie toys. It looks like there's something underneath the toys. Check it out. I wish that had been there. I wish I hadn't had to have talked to Sue before triggering that event. I don't... Like, did talking to Sue make that marble be there? Or is Boy just very imperceptive when he is, not looking for marbles specifically? Alright, Sue. You want a marble? You got a marble. Any luck? Ah, you found my Snow World. Snow World? Oh, I did not give these characters distinct voices, huh? Shh. Secret. I bet that didn't get picked up by the mic. Yes! These aren't just marbles, you know. They're little worlds. All these are tiny planets with tiny people living inside. That's why it's so important for me to find them all. This swirly white marble is a snow world. It's snowing all the time here. I know that might sound boring, but it's not. Real snowmen live here, and they are always having parties. What kinds of parties? Snowman dance parties. I love dancing. Me too. Oh, they have pretty lanterns everywhere, too. And a blue campfire. Sue needs an accent or something. I need to distinguish Sue from Boys. Sue seems like she's going to be an important character. Should I get through a little bit of a lift? They have pretty lanterns everywhere, too. And a blue campfire that feels cold. No. But if we went there, we wouldn't freeze. Okay, let's just give her a... But if we went there, we wouldn't freeze. The snowmen make a magical drink that can keep a person warm. So we could dance with them and never get too cold. That sounds great! Thanks for helping me. I feel better now that they're back with me. My name's Sue. It's nice to meet another kid around here. Oh yeah, and feel free to use our bathroom anytime you want. If you find any more of my marbles, do you think you could bring them to me? Of course. Thanks so much. All right. I don't know if that's a great distinguishment. Those are the rest of my little worlds. Do you want to know about any of them? The green swirly one.
That planet is like a really big forest. The trees are so dense you can't even see the ground. There's a really big tree in the middle. See, he watches over everyone and keeps them safe. If anyone is acting mean or crazy, the big tree will put them in a cave until they calm down. So you never have to worry.
Okay, that's absolute justice. The purple, shiny one.
We can't go to this planet anymore because it's polluted. See all that purple stuff in the air? It started coming out of the ground, and now it's hard to breathe. Maybe someday we can clean it up, though. It used to be a very nice place.
Alright, what about the shimmery blue one?
This is the Paradise Planet. It's like a really big, beautiful ocean where everyone can go swimming. The water is special because even the humans can breathe while they're inside it. My friend and I swam here all day. We never wanted to go home.
You know, Rakuen means paradise. Maybe that paradise marble is going to be important. It appears there's a tunnel running through here that's been blocked off. Perhaps you can get through if you have the right tools. Okay. Of course. Yeah, could be cool. The key to Tony's bathroom. We are unraveling this hospital. We are gaining access to ever more locations. I'm here for it. Let's go. Never mind. All right, Tony, I'm breaking into your bathroom. Why was the key to Tony's bathroom in that toilet? 5C power supply. Read notice. Do not tamper with this device. You know what I'm gonna do, gang. Nice. Why is that in Tony's bathroom? This hospital is messed up. We fill every sink that we can with water. All sinks are better when they are filled with water. And then we're gonna go on over here. Or no, not here. Where was it? No, it was the doorknob. It was this door. I'm not crazy. M 1 7 2 1. Look at that. I'm a serious individual. Attention all hospital staff, urgent. Please begin transfer of medical supplies to the second floor storage wing immediately. Someone has etched something into the edge of the bulletin board. Read it? Yes. ORSYRII. ORSYRII. Let's actually, before we advance here, I want to go grab the other message that was rendered in this style, which I noticed over on, I think it was this eye chart up here. Yep. MAII? MAII. Let's get that written down as well. Just in case. In case of what, I'm unsure, but just in case. I feel like these are going to be relevant puzzle elements at a later date. I think it is. Good to have those written down. Okay. Creepy vibes. It appears there's a tunnel running through here that's been blocked off. Perhaps you get through if you have the right tools. Open the cabinet. Cabinet is locked. Which do you want to search? Upper shelf. Books and pamphlets line the shelves. A newspaper clipping is sticking out from between two of the books. Read it, of course. I'm a curious child. Huh. Okay. Uh-oh. The NSA said the number of people exposed to radiation was expected to rise. Workers in protective clothing scanned people arriving at evacuation centers for radioactive exposure. Okay. Good to know. Several years' worth of medical journals. Lower cabinet. Folders filled with medical forms. It looks like there's something beneath the folders. Look underneath. Key, small cabinet. Never mind. For this cabinet, perhaps? Exit 5C passcode. 29. I need to remember that my numpad is my expressions. 2954. Got it. Where is Rakuen? There is Rakuen. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Alright, someone's weathered journal. Look inside? Yes. We weren't able to keep everyone alive, but we tried our best. I mean, and that's all we... I gotta start looking for the lamps earlier. Electronic exit 5C. Well, I think it might look something like 29, 40, 45. Or I am dysnomic. Or not dysnomic, dysnumeric? Dysnumeric, yes. 2954. Yep. 2954. Construction zone ahead. Please do not enter without explicit permission from your supervisor. Joke's on you. I'm a child. I have no supervisor. Medical books. Is this a strength puzzle? Oh no. Time to look incompetent. Okay, hang on. Let's turn the lights on. You. Let's start developing that habit. A jar with an unknown specimen floating inside. Resident from Koide District Construction is coming tomorrow to survey the damage. Please make sure all personal materials are removed before then. Pair of glass beakers. Door is locked. You bet. What's on the whiteboard here? Anything of note? Okay. I don't like that. Medical books. Okay. So this is gonna be I think we want to do something like this. Yep. Should just be yeah, okay. Nice. Door open. Child is ready to go into places child probably shouldn't go. And you know what? He's gonna bring his best friend, Boxy, along with. Oh, Boxy can't come with. It's just me, I guess. I tried. I really tried to bring Boxy with. Medical pamphlets and office supplies. It's in the locker. A lab coat and a pair of scrubs hanging inside. It looks like there's something inside the lab coat pocket. Look inside. Key metal door. Awesome. Medical pamphlets and office supplies. Alright. What's through? I'm assuming this needs the... Yep. This is a place a child probably shouldn't be. I guess I can just walk past that tape. Good to know. Insert card key. You don't have a card key. Makes sense. Door is locked. Okay. Stack of folders. A construction contract for the rebuilding of the third floor to Wing 2B. I received a card key. Someone left a note here. Read it? Yes. Joji, remember to remove the card key when you're done this time, okay? We can't just go leaving doors open. I don't want to get in trouble again. And folder 3. You found 5G. Heck yeah, we got 10G now. Okay, so card key keeps one door open at a time, it would appear. So let's do the one that's not going to require multiple card keys. Yes. There we go. And there's our second card key. Bills and tax forms. Hey, I did my taxes last month. So I won't be panicking this weekend doing my taxes before the American tax deadline. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Card key there. Card key there. I don't know what I was expecting from this game, but I don't think it was this. A lanyard with a card key hangs from inside a locker. Take it? You betcha. I am collecting card keys like they are pocket monsters. Receive the card key. Received the card key. Alright, we got a stack of 3 card keys. I am high rolling. Door's locked and no supposed here. Read it. For security purposes, all 3 super high card keys must be inserted in order to open this door. Inserted into their respective doors elsewhere? That seems silly, but sure. Why not? Boop. And boop. Yep. Coolio. Coolio. Further up and further in, as Aslan says in the last battle. It's my book! My book! It's a little late for visitors, don't you think? Who are you? Oh, I'm no one important. But if you want to call me something, you can call me Uma. Uma means horse. I know this because of Uma Musume, Pretty Derby. Actually, I knew that before Uma Musume was got all popular. Are you the one who's been stealing food from the cafeteria? Did you take our book? I guess you kind of caught me red-handed. Why would you steal from a hospital? I'm hungry. Down on my luck. What do you want me to say, kid? Wait, do you live here? For now. Not much of a home, but I've been sleeping on the streets. Oh, I'm sorry you don't have a real home. You get used to it after a while. So, kid, are you hungry? I've got a bit of fresh fish head left from last week if you'd like.
That's okay. But thank you.
Look, kid, I'm really sorry I took your book. Please take it back and forgive me for my lapse in judgment.
It's okay. I do weird things when I'm hungry, too. Like steal 15 gold. 20 gold, actually.
And I promise that as soon as I get back on my feet, I'll pay the chef back for all the food I took. I just need some time to figure things out.
I understand.
Oh, one more thing. If I tell you a secret about this hospital, will you promise not to tell the staff that I'm here?
Okay, I promise.
Kid! Boy! Break me and I'll multiply, becoming sharp as a tack. But if all you do is smile at me, I'll always smile back. Like the snack that smiles back, goldfish? It's a mirror. The answer is a mirror, old man.
What in the world are you doing in here? Well, I don't know how you got in here, but this area is off limits. Anyways, come with me. Your mom is here.
That door is important. You can tell because it was glowing.
Mom!
Aw, that's nice.
After you worked so hard to get our book back, I think you deserve a good bedtime story. Will you read Rakuen to me, Mom? Of course I will.
Alright, title drop.
Once upon a time, there lived a boy in a faraway land called Morisora's Forest. Even though he was still quite young, the boy was considered a great warrior by his tribe. One day, the boy returned home from a hunt to find that everyone in his tribe had disappeared. At first, the boy was very afraid, but he soon learned that his tribe had escaped danger by sailing to a world called Rakuen. In order to reach them, the boy decided to seek help from the great guardian of the forest, Morisora. For it has been said that Morisora would grant one wish to anyone who was able to complete his challenges. Thus,
I was not
the boy
expecting
set
voice
off on
acting.
a great journey. He fought evil spirits, visited many lands, and befriended even the most severe of creatures. And at long last, Morisora granted the boy his wish, a ride on his magical boat. The boy was now able to sail away, finally reuniting with his tribe and all those he loved in the beautiful world of Rakuen. Good night.
I actually legitimately was not expecting this game to have voice acting. Is it time for Yami to show up again? Is my buddy Yami gonna show up?
Mom, is that you?
Hey, Yami. Hey.
Yami, you came back.
I told you I would. So the doctor told me you were wandering around in the backspace. That place is like a construction zone right now, man. Seems awfully dangerous to go over there just for a book.
It's not just a book. It's been in our family for generations. My grandmother used to read it to my mom when she was a kid.
Ah, so you got it back for your ma?
Yeah, and me too. It's special to both of us.
Special to that old homeless guy, too. The silver on the side probably sells her a lot.
He was hungry.
He was probably just trying to make you feel sorry for him so you wouldn't tell on him. He should have felt sorry for you. You're the one stuck in the hospital. He could leave any time, but you? You might never get to leave. Oh, hey man, I'm sorry for saying that.
It's okay. It's true.
If it makes you feel better, I'm stuck here too. We can be stuck here together.
You're right. Thanks, Yami.
I think that's the night shift nurse. Sorry, man, I should go. Yeah?
I hope you get better. Hi, Mom.
Hi, sweetie. Did you sleep okay? I now have a voice I can kind of try and mimic.
Oh, what's the matter? I wish I could go to Morizora and ask him to grant me a wish, but I know it's not real. I'm just stuck here forever, aren't I?
Now, I wasn't going to tell you this until you were older, but I think you might finally be grown up enough to know the truth about this book.
The truth?
Do you know why someone tried to steal our book?
Because there's silver on it and people can sell silver for money.
Duh. Come on, Mom, I'm not stupid. No, that's not why at all. This book is not just an ordinary book. It's a map to Morisora's forest. A blueprint for what we need to do to meet Morizora himself. But when the thief took our book, he obviously didn't realize that you need something else in order to get there. This is the Rakuen key. You needed to open the book as well as the doors.
The doors?
My grandmother told me that when you have both the book and the key, secret doors will start appearing around you. Doors that lead from this world to Morizora's forest.
There could be doors in this hospital?
I don't know. And we may never know unless we look ourselves. I want you to have this key. It's very special, and now it belongs to you.
Thank you, Mom.
But you must promise me that you'll take good care of it.
Oh, I promise. I will take such good care of it.
Okay then, there's only one thing left to do. Let's go find a door to Morizora's forest. You want to talk with Mom at any time, press Q, which is... As a little girl, I used to always dream about finding a special door to Morizora's forest. Okay. Hi, Mom. I don't need a hint. Select your note. It's a mirror. The answer to the riddle is a mirror. Oh, sweet. So I can just shortcut. Door's locked. Okay. This is the backspace. Box filled with Benthol. Yeesh. Yo, Uma's got booze. He shouldn't have that back here. He shouldn't have that easily accessible to a, in a child's room. Alright, Uma, let's see if there's anything behind the mirror. But if all you do is smile at me, I'll always smile back. Like someone has hidden something behind the mirror. Look at what it is. You found Uma's key. Fantastic. So let's go to the Uma room. The heck?
Mom, where are we? I'm not sure. This is so strange. Mom, the Rakuen key.
That was fast. Hello, hello. Ultra Zero X7. Welcome to stream. Thanks for stopping by. I believe I haven't seen you before. But if I have, I apologize. Yeah, first time chat. What brings you here? Yeah. I am having a blast, honestly. This was not what I expected. Now, granted, I don't really know what I expected, but I saw this was I'm in for a wonderful ride. I'm happy to hear it. Yeah. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate the the assurances. It is delightful so far, I will say that much. And we haven't, it seems like we are just getting into the thick of things.
Mom, I don't want to be here anymore. I know, dear. But you know what? What? Now that you're the keeper of the key, you can go anywhere. Even to Morizora? To ask him for a wish? If that's where you want to go. Can we go together? Of course. Well, shall we? Okay.
Alrighty. So what have we got? Oh my.
What in the world? How did you get in here? We just came through the door behind us. There's no door behind you. Yes, there is. I think the tall creatures must have hit their heads in the storm. They're talking crazy. I don't know how I got there. I don't know how they got here, but maybe we should help them. I see you must be lost. I've never seen you before around Morizora's. I've never seen you around Morizora's forest before. Yes, this is our first time here. Oh, so you're tourists then. I guess you could call us that. But we know all about this place. We read about it in our book. A book about us? Yeah, I learned about the forest and the paradise world across the sea. You mean Rakuen? Yeah! That's wonderful. Is there anything you'd like to do while you're here? Well, I've always wanted to meet the great forest guardian, Morizora. Ah, Morizora! He lives in a cave just northwest of this village. But I hear he's been sleeping for a long time, and it's not easy to wake him up. Anyways, this is the Liebel Village Inn. Feel free to make yourselves at home. And let us know if you need anything. Ah, what friendly little guys. What interesting looking creatures. Did you notice when they turned around? They didn't have tails? Hush, it's not nice to talk about others behind their backs. Or about their backs. Hey! Sorry. I meant no harm. I just never seen anything like it is all.
Vase full of flowers. So I'm assuming I can head back through here if need be. Yes, I can. Coolio. Alright. Small fragrant flower. Flowers bigger than your head. Flowers are bigger than your head. Cattails. Okay, no interactables. Healthy house. Yeah, the houseplants over here. They water the houseplants over here, I guess. Just not in the hospital. Yeesh. Oh man, is that some gyoza? Like a red ale? Sounds... I am more hungry than I should be. Welcome to Liebel Inn.
Would you like to sleep here?
Sleep? I mean, I guess. That is probably of some mechanical significance. You awake fully rested. Cool. Been relying on autosave up to this.
So, what's it like not having a tail? Do you fall over a lot? Oh, sorry, I mean, how are you?
What does Mom have to say about all of this?
Hello, dear. These Leebles have a lovely village. I never thought I'd see the day that I'd be standing here amongst them.
Panky's Sela Berry Donuts. Chef Panky. Now, hang on just a moment. Chef Panky, that's a name from the other world. Chef Panky baked those. His donuts are the best. So, I see. Actually, I don't see. But perhaps I will see if I keep noticing little details like this. Well, what do we do, old and New Yorker? Well, what do we have here? A couple of fresh faces in Morizora's forest.
What are you?
What am I? I'm a Leeble, of course. What are you?
A human, of course.
Human? Is that anything like a horse? No, Uma is a horse. Well, all creatures are welcome here in Leeble Village, so feel free to make yourselves at home. Cool.
Are you a pink cat?
Excuse me? I'm a Leeble, of course. Cats walk on all fours and can't talk. What are you? A great warrior. Impressive. Maybe you can help our blacksmith get his tools back. He's been hanging out near Morizora's cave ever since an angry spirit stole his tools. Okay. Good to know.
Tony the Bear keeps destroying our gardens. He's only got 2 moods, grumpy and angry.
Okay, so... Yeah... Alright. I think I'm getting an idea of what's happening. I don't think we have the right tools to remove this bamboo. I'm getting some,
I got the bug, the travel bug. I can't sit still, I'm so restless. I want to travel the world!
I know it's a long shot, but I heard Winston used to build boats before we came here. Maybe he'll decide to build them again.
Who's Winston?
Winston's a carpenter Leeble who lives out by the river. He's a nice guy, but he mainly keeps to himself. He's been caring for his sick wife ever since he came to the forest. We don't really know what happened to her. Yeah, okay. Yeah, just like the non-Winston, or the non-Leeble Winston. Are you, I can't make all of the Leebles New Yorkers, especially if they had voice, especially if they're people, analogous to the other world. If you don't mind, I've got a lot of food to prepare and not much time to do it. Wow, you two are tall. I guess you're not from around here, are you? Okay, so you are and are not the Panky I know. Interesting. You don't know me, Panky. But I know you. I know you well. Is there anything going on in your house, Panky, that I can interact with? Seems like not. So let's keep on keeping on. Suddenly all bright and colorful. Alright, so that's... we came from the inn over there. No, the inn is central, so what's up here, then? Ah, this is, the Danielle label, I'm gonna assume. Hello, Danielle!
Hey, kiddo, welcome to my store. What's up? Lately, I've been thinking about getting a 5th cat. My husband isn't too keen on the idea, but he'll warm up to it with time. Wait, these are cats? Yeah, these are cats. Haven't you ever seen a cat before? What a weirdo.
What's for sale? Nothing at the moment. I'm still getting things in order after the storm. But I might have some stuff later on. That's cool. Alright. It is a very good expression. And there are the plushies from Otherworld. Literally that. Yep. Spot on. Okay. Coolio. This is the blacksmith. I'm going to assume he's not here because, yep. I'm over in Morizora's forest. I'm extremely sorry, but an angry spirit stole my tools and I'm unable to work until I get them back. Sincerest apologies, the blacksmith. Good to know. How about here? Oh, you're, Cora. Wow, I've never seen you guys before. Are you new here? Normally this time I'd be selling art supplies, but I'm still cleaning things up after the storm. The storm?
There was a storm here? A really big one. Lots of things were destroyed. Bamboo is growing out of control and blocking paths. It's crazy around here. But the biggest problem right now is that all of the beanstalks connecting the village with the Skylands have been destroyed. The Skylands? Yeah, half our tribe lives up on these islands in the sky. We can't reach them without beanstalks. Normally this time we selling our supplies, but I'm cleaning up things after the storm. You look a bit worried. I guess I'm just concerned about the other villagers. Everyone here works so hard, and I feel like the storm kind of brought us all down. I wish there was something I could do to help them out, you know? Well, see you later. Artist's menu. Paper lanterns reads 5 fireflies 6. Okay. What a strange painting. Oh. Art is subjective, boy. If that is your real name. Right, so that's Cora. There's a label hanging out by the fire. A couple labels hanging out by the fire over here. We're Chef Panky's kitchen assistants. It's a great job, and he works us to the bone. We just snuck out here for a quick break. Please don't tell him, okay? Hey, you guys are new. Are you visitors, or are you going to live in the forest with us? Little column A, little column B. I spot some treasure. 10 gold? If that's what G stands for. I'm going to assume I can't smash these rocks yet. I don't think we have the right tools to remove those rocks. Okay, can't surf either. Alright. I'm going to assume this is a ridge I can't. Yep, okay. Which means let's not go over to the right just quite yet. That smells like progression. What are you looking at? It's cabbage, okay? You look like you've never seen someone eat cabbage. It's cabbage, okay? Cabbage. Is it cabbage, indeed, P-Dog? Sweet, sweet cabbage. Okay, P-Dog. Whatever you say. Very insistent that it's cabbage. Did I just get something? I got 5 syllabary. Okay. We can harvest syllaberries. Morizora's Cave, enter at your own risk. Not quite yet. What do we got here? We share this forest with the envoy. Winston told me that you can tell when envoy spirits pass through because it gets really cold. Okay. The storm knocked out all of our emerald beanstalks. That means travel between here and the Skylands are on hold until we can grow some new ones. Half the village lives up in those big islands here in the sky. You should check it out sometime. Well, once the sapling grows up. If only there were a way to speed up the process. Like, what if there were another world, an alternate universe, yes, where if I water the plants over in the hospital that are lacking water, the beanstalks over here will grow, right? Where altering things there would alter things here, but in completely unpredictable ways. I have a lot of time to think, okay? This game is charming. Absolutely charming. I love it. Star Night is just around the corner. When I go this time, I'm gonna catch myself a pet fish and eat sweets. So it's a festival. Sleep. Okay. Let's get us some more berries. Who is taking my berries? I am, Bufkus. You got a problem with it? So you took my berries, did you? No matter. They'll all end up in my belly one way or another. Okay. Guess you're not that upset then. By orders of the legal chief, no one allowed beyond this point until further notice. We can probably just move the sign. It doesn't look too heavy. Excuse me? No one moves me. I'm here for your protection, you know. There are angry spirits beyond here. You think I'm standing around for my health? Oh, I didn't know. I'm really sorry. Apology accepted. Now get out of here before I change my mind. Okay, sign. I do love... I now understand why I am playing a child who is just cool with snapping up gold from inside of lockers. Mother suggested that I move the sign. I have... The rule breaking was instilled into me, it would appear, from childhood. I saw the sign and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. Did it give you eyes to see? Potentially even ears to hear?
Hey, kid, wait up!
Uma!
I hope you know those caves you're about to go into are a tad confusing. If you're not careful, you could end up getting lost. You'd better take this. Thanks, Uma. Good luck, kid.
Thank you, Uma.
So Uma's over here.
Whoa, are you really going in there? That place is weird.
Going in. You bet your britches. Wait, no, Jackie sounded like... Oh, Jackie's the weird guy. What did I make? I think I gave Jackie a... Well, I can't actually remember what accent I gave Jackie, so...
What are you two doing in here?
I'm sorry, is this area off limits?
We were just looking for Morizora. Did we get the wrong cave?
No, this is Morizora's cave.
But you know it isn't safe right now, don't you? The Envoy are here.
The Envoy?
You know, spirits that are between this realm and another.
Most of them are harmless, they're just hanging around or passing through.
But lately, many of them have become corrupted with bad energy. They're so blinded by things like fear and hatred, they aren't themselves anymore. I was in here collecting supplies last week and a bunch of them stole my tools. I haven't been able to work at all since then.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
At least I made it out alive. What if we were just really careful? Are you crazy? Didn't you hear what I just said? Yeah, but I really need to talk to Morizora. Plus, we're a lot bigger than you are. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I was so caught up in thought, I didn't realize you were like 10 feet tall! We're not 10 feet tall. Close enough! What the heck are you, anyway? We're humans. Interesting. Okay, well, best of luck to you. One problem, though. I know you're trying to reach Morizora, but as you can see, the entrance to his grove has been blocked off by overgrown bamboo. I can cut that down if you get my tools back. The spirits put them in that box over there. Everything I need to do my job is in that box, including my axe. We'll do whatever it takes to help you out. You can start by draining this lake. There are 2 switches in this cave that control the flow of water. Find them both and we're good to go. Pretty straightforward, right? I guess. That's the spirit. No pun intended. I'll wait here for your return. Good luck.
Alrighty, what do we got?
Excuse me, do you mind moving so we can go through here?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm too tired to move. Too tired.
Why are you so tired?
Well, usually I love swimming through the dirt. I go on random errands for the tree I belong to. My tree is malnourished, which means I'm malnourished too, so unfortunately I can't move right now. Maybe if my tree gets what it needs, I'll be able to move again. But until then, I'm too tired. I see. This is a game about making things better. That's what this is a game about. I love that.
If Big Brother forgets to eat, he gets so tired that he just sits around waiting for someone else to feed him.
If only the purple creature weren't blocking the entrance. Lethargio Golem.
What's the matter?
I'm so hungry. So hungry that I can't move.
Poor thing. I'm sure we could have some extra food we could give you.
No, I can't eat horse food.
Horse food?
I need Sela apples only, from Sela Cave Tree. Okay, he needs Sela apples. Sela Cave Tree.
Do you think I'm beautiful? I heard that if you have happy feet, you become more beautiful. Is this true? I don't think I've heard that saying before. Oh, it must be a tree thing then.
I think you have very beautiful green leaves.
Oh, he blushed. Thank you. You see, I have 3 feet. They're probably popping up around here somewhere. But they are so sad right now. How can I be beautiful if my feet are so sad? One is hungry for dirt, one is thirsty for water, and one really needs some sunlight. Can you please help them?
Sure. Well, not much to be done here. Cool gems, though. About this away. Another sad route, I assume. Are you the thirsty one? Hey, do you have any water?
Let me check real quick. Why, yes, we do have an extra bottle of water here. Would you like it?
Oh, that's kind of you, but when I say water, I mean like a lot of water. Like a pond worth. I drink a lot.
I don't think we could carry that much water.
I understand if you happen to come across any, though.
We'll let you know.
Can we go this way? The door is locked. You betcha. And then down. It's locked. Alrighty. That is a puzzle of some sort that I don't believe I yet have an answer to. Okay, that way is down. How about this way? Hey, you're the little guys from the game executable.
I am so tired. I had a long day. How do you do?
It's someone's birthday today.
Hello.
Do you think I can fly?
When will Morizora wake up? Today is my birthday.
Okay. So, boom, boom, boom. So, got it. Checking self 2, 3. Your remote game is on point, my friend. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 is here. Okay, so it is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. One more time. 1. I've already forgotten where 2 is. 1, 3. Maybe, you know what? Oh, fine. I'll just take a note. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Notes are allowed, right? Notes aren't cheating. Okay, so you are 1. Right. Need to put this in a place where I'm going to be able to click back in real quick. You are 1. You are 2. You are 2? No. You are 2. There. Okay. That makes 3 here. When will Morizora wake up, little guy? 3. 4 is there. 5 is here. 6 is this fella down here. Okay, got it. 6. 7 is there, and 8 is... I keep forgetting that my numpad is my... My numpad be my expressions. Gotta remember that. Alright. I don't actually know if you can fly or not, little buddy. There's only one way to find out, but I would recommend being safe about it. Alright. We've got our order. So let's get us a chest, methinks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ta-da! Wow, good eye. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate it. What's in the box? The blue stone key. Hey, we can use that for the water room up here. Well, thank you. I have solved the puzzle. Alrighty. It seems that if I... Nice, nice. Okay, okay, we've got some water. That gonna make this root happy? He is happy. This is great! I can feel the water flowing up to the ground and into my toes. Did you guys do this?
All we did was pull a switch.
You gave me water! Water! I can finally be me again! Thank you so much! This is great! I can feel the water... You betcha, bud. I love the music. I love the, how it changes dynamically per scene. That's, and based on what's going on in that scene. You know what? It is just about... Yeah, it is just about time to call it an evening, I think. So with that, Oh, nice! The map fills in with graphics and everything. Man! Hello, dear. Mind. Let's drain that lake so that we can get the blacksmith tools back to him. Well, we're going to find switches somewhere in this cave and trigger them. Which, there it is. Save. File 1. Make sure that... Progress indeed, and a good place to call it, methinks. Okay, and that is what we need there, so let's go ahead and end game. We can just shut down. Get ourselves a starry little field there. Let's pop back to here to call it a stream. Yeah, well, thank you. I'm glad we've landed on a good place to stop. I do like that I can... Many of these games, many RPGMaker-esque games, do not have save on demand, but rather have specific save points. And I get that as a design trope, a design decision. It is not one I'm a fan of. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. The front half of the stream was I was a little worried, a little anxious about just kind of diving into the story of Jacob and just seeing what was going on there, giving the biblical text a chance to breathe. But I spent way longer digging apart the birth narrative of Jacob than I thought I was going to, and I think we I think we pulled out some things that are going to be really interesting as we go throughout Jacob's story going forward. And then the back half, that is really my first impression of Rakuen, and as I kind of noted to you, Ultra Zero X7, the game was a delight. Yeah, but we are closing out stream here. If any folks have anything that they would like I always close out stream with prayer. If anybody, Christian prayer to be very, very clear. If any folks have anything they would like to have me put before the Lord for them, I am more than happy to do so. Otherwise, y'all are just gonna get a general benediction. But yeah, I'm excited to keep on with this Jacob study on Saturday morning. That's going to be 10 Central. Yeah, 10 Central. And I am very excited also to keep on with Rakuen. It is more puzzly than I thought it was going to be, and I do love a good puzzle. So I'm excited to keep on keeping on. Alrighty. But we're going to go ahead and close out in prayer here. So if you bow your heads with me, please. Heavenly Father, thank you for this ability to get together on the modern miracle that is the internet. Thank you for the ability to study your word, God, to go through the character narrative of Jacob, the man that would go on to become Israel, the nation that you made your first covenants with, Lord, that would eventually produce Jesus Christ. God, it is just so fantastic to be able to go through the Bible in a language I understand, and not only that, but to have access to the language underneath, Lord, that was the original language that was written down, so we can really dig in at the intent of those that were writing it, inspired by you. God, thank you for the game Rakuen. It is a delight. It is it is fantastic to play through a game that I can tell was made with so much joy and so much what feels very much, Lord, like an ethos for making things better, for seeing the goodness in creation, seeing the goodness around, and spreading that, God. That is the feeling I'm getting, and I am excited to press on into it further. God, again, thank you just for community. Thank you for the ability to connect with people that we may have never otherwise connected with, make friends, make acquaintances, have these discussions, God, talk about these things, because it's just fantastic to connect with other people. Lord, as we are going throughout our evening, going throughout our Fridays, our Saturdays, our weekends, just going on, I pray that we are noticing the goodness in creation, that we are keeping our eyes open to all of the good in the world and doing our best, God, to doing our best to increase it ourselves, to put more of you, more of your goodness out into the world. God, I pray that you are on our minds and that we are seeing those blessings. Lord, I pray these things through your Holy Spirit within me, imputed there in righteousness by the death and resurrection of your Son, Jesus Christ, in whose mighty name I commend these prayers to you, the Father, such that if they are your will, they be done. Amen. Alrighty. So that is what we have tonight. Thank you, everyone who stopped by. Thank you to all the new friends who showed up, and I am excited to keep on keeping on with both the narrative of Jacob and Rakuen on Saturday at 10 a.m. Central. So, until next time, this has been Renai Paragonic, and I am wishing you all a Paragonic Renaissance.